it's a little bit better. Still a bit crooked though. We've got some funny lighting going on, but that's all good. Shout out to Ashley. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the show. Enjoy the show. I'm here every Monday morning for Monday Morning Live. Always a little bit nervous when we get a first time viewer. Get out your hammer because I'm about to nail it. How long will we have?
10 seconds, buddy.
Thank you, Adam. Adam Mensch there, the show's producer, who took over a few weeks ago when algorithm turned to the dark side, but we won't get into that just yet. Kia ora, my friends, how do you do? I, Benny Ward, am here in the garden for the cold open of MML 103, the 103rd consecutive episode of the longest running weekly gardening show in the history of social media. In fact, probably the only weekly gardening show in the history of social media, but I'll take it. Today we will spread love and give flowers with Monday morning shout outs to anyone who joins us live, like my friend Ashley. We will do live gardening. Today we're sowing seeds of alyssum. This is the third and final plant that we're sowing seeds of for our grow off. We'll take a look back at the week that was, we'll take a look at the week ahead. I will bring you a very exciting update on a performance from the Marlborough Farmers Market last week. There'll be Joke of the Week, there'll be Monday Morning Words of Wisdom, and I'm debuting a brand new segment this week called Benny at the Movies. All those things and many more are coming up right here, right now, on Monday Morning Live. Well, let's kick off with a look back at the week that was. Did a couple of days on the farm. We're finished with the strawberries now for the season. Coming to the end of the melons. Took lots of capsicums, and we'll start on our winter veg. Had a great time with my friend Lee. I don't know if he's watching, but he's an avid viewer. Shout out to my man Lee and his beautiful family. We went out to his place on the weekend for his son's 6th birthday party. It's nothing quite like watching your kids play with your best mate. So shout out to them. Shout out to my new friends Jess and Gemma. Now, I met these guys yesterday at the Marlborough Farmers Market. We were contacted a while back about doing something special. You see, the local theatre company are putting on a performance of the musical Footloose. And what they wanted to do was like a flash mob flash dance featuring a lot of the cast, well probably all the cast, from the musical Footloose. And what happened is the busker, he plays from 9 till 12, and give us a shout if you want to either perform at the Marlborough Farmers Market. I'm the guy that books the musical talent. So the busker stopped playing, and all of a sudden the Footloose song started. My good friend Jess came out, and she started singing, "Been working so hard," you know how it goes. And then Gemma came out, and then all of a sudden people came from everywhere and just filled up the whole of the staging area. And they did this choreographed dance. In fact, rather than me trying to describe the sheer awesomeness of it, let's bring down the Benetron 5000, and I'll show you guys a clip of the Footloose flash dance, flash mob performance yesterday at the Marlborough Farmers Market. Welcome back. What a performance of Footloose at the Marlborough Farmers Market. Let's have a drink of water, because you can never underestimate the value of water. What else happened last week? I went to the movies with my kids. This could be a great time to transition into the latest new segment here on Monday Morning Live, and it's called Benny at the Movies. In the history of cinema, there have been 4, maybe 5 cinematic masterpieces created. Gone with the Wind, Casablanca, Back to the Future 3. But the film that I saw last week in the cinemas with my family, I'm more than happy to put on that list of cinematic greats. Featuring a beautifully written story reminiscent of the hero's journey. Featuring incredibly, beautifully well interwoven character arcs from each of the characters. Featuring a flawless blend of CGI and real life acting from some of the greatest actors of this or any other generation. In fact, this may be the film that single-handedly saves the cinema industry. And that's why I urge each and every one of you to get out to your local cinema to view the latest cinematic masterpiece, a Minecraft movie. God, it was good, it's funny, Jack Black put in an awesome performance. It's just something special about seeing a movie in the cinema with a group of people, with your family or with your friends. Shout out to my man Jack Black for a masterful performance in a Minecraft movie. The week ahead, shout out to my good friend Lee, who's tuning in. Lee and I are off to Christchurch to see one of the funniest men and one of the most talented writers of our generation, Ben Elton. Can't wait for another boys' trip. Right, that's about all that happened last week. No, week ahead, yeah, another good week on the farm coming up, another good week at the farmer's market. Oh, another thing that happened last week, just to backtrack quickly. Good morning, Ben. Yep, thanks, Lee. Another shout out for you, my man. Another thing that happened last week is that we had my stepmother come and stay with us. No, not stepmother. Mother-in-law. Shout out to Donna. She is an avid viewer. She's a wonderful lady and a wonderful mother-in-law. She came to stay with us. My mum is still staying with us. Everybody had a little bit of a cold last week. There's a bit of a sniffles and a few coughs. In fact, there was more coughs going on than a Bob Marley concert. Joke of the week there, just sort of snuck it in. Oh, just speaking of coughing, you know the creator of the throat lozenge, he passed away last week as well. Needless to say, at his funeral, there was no coffin. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. 2 for the price of 1 today on Monday Morning Live. Shout out to my good friend Stephen. Stephen and Sally at Golden Mile Produce. Wonderful place to work and 2 very good friends. Avid viewers of the show, thank you for joining us live. Speaking of live, let's do some live gardening. So far on the show over the past few weeks, as part of the grow-off, we've sown kowhai, we've sown seeds of thyme. Today we're sowing seeds of alyssum. Scientific name for alyssum is Lobeluria maritima, which roughly translated may or may not mean I love Monday Morning Live. So let's plant some alyssum as part of our grow-off. Now, as you know, for the grow-off, we're planting our seeds in 3 ways. We're planting them into jiffy pellets. This is what they look like before they swell up. We're planting them into jiffy pots with a very finely sieved, spent potting mix. And we're sowing them into these open seed trays. I'll give you an update on the kowhai and the thyme seeds in just a moment. But for now, let's plant some seeds of alyssum. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Benny's 6100 series seed disperser. And I'm going to broadcast sow these seeds. I'm just going to put a few into my hand, just a little handful. I'm just going to broadcast sow them by just using the Benny's sprinkle technique. Just to broadcast sow them across the surface. Fairly liberally sowing, because the more alyssum the better. We're going to just sprinkle on a little bit of our very finely sieved potting mix. Just like so. And what do we do when we plant something new? We give it some water, because if I've said it once, I've said it 103 times now on the show. You can never underestimate the value of water. Give it a little spritz there using the Benny's 6100 series spritzer. Available in the gift shop. Why not buy 2? Shout out to you, Brett. Didn't anticipate the wind to be blowing that way. Thank you for tuning in, Brett. an avid viewer of the show. So we're starting to listen into our seed tray. We're going to sow it into our Jiffy pallets now, into our Jiffy pots. Same technique. Sprinkle them out using the Benny 6100 series seed disperser. And we're just going to sprinkle them across the surface, just like so. Sprinkle them in. Cover them over with a little bit of fine potting mix. You can use seed mix. I like to reuse my potting mix. Once I've used it and the plants have grown and used up all their nutrient, I like to reuse it, as we have there. Let's throw them into our Jiffy pallets. That's what they look like when they swell up. You just put them in water for about 10 minutes and they swell up quite nicely. We're going to just sprinkle these straight in. Straight in, just like that. Da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. A little bit of fine potting mix to cover them up. And of course, a spreads from the 6100 series. Did I mention it's available in the gift shop? Why not buy two? Right, Monday morning words of wisdom. Short and sweet, they come to you from my good friend Trent. Monday morning words of wisdom this week. Never look another man in the eye when you're eating a banana. Monday morning words of wisdom. Time for a few quick updates before the show wraps up. I'm going to show you the capsicum that we sowed at MML 100. So this is 3 weeks ago. And you see the capsicum have germinated now. 100% germination. We're going to babysit these guys through the winter. We're going to bring them outside on a nice hot day. We're going to bring them inside, put them on the windowsill, and maybe even sit them near the fireplace just for a bit of extra warmth through the winter. Breaking the rules, breaking convention. Not the best time of year going into winter to be sowing capsicum, but I'm determined to eat a capsicum that I grew myself from seed. Now we've done the alyssum for our grow off today. These are the seeds of the thyme that we sowed last week. And you can see there that they've germinated as well. See them popping through there, coming through nicely. Now corphi, I had a bit of a scratch below the surface because I couldn't wait for them to pop through. They have germinated and we're just waiting for them to break through the surface now. That's our corphi. What else have we got to cover there, Adam? Adam Mensch, the show's producer. Oh, after the show today, I will feature an exclusive sit-down interview with Adam Mensch. Following the events of the last few weeks, I feel it's important to get Adam's his take, just check in with him, make sure he's okay. He stepped in as the show's producer a few weeks back, and he's been absolutely crushing it. My YouTube channel, Benny, has seen a massive surge in views, likes, comments, subs, shares. So thank you all to those of you who tune in to my YouTube channel, Benny. You can see me there whenever you want. Speaking of seeing me, you can see me every Sunday morning at the Marlborough Farmers Market. You can see me here every Monday morning on Monday Morning Live. And I will see you next time in the garden, because diamonds are forever and so is Monday Morning Live. I think I nailed it.